Welcome back. It's Stasa23 here, back again with some knife therapy. Before I get started, if you like my videos, please give them a big thumbs up so I know you're enjoying them. If you don't, give them a thumbs down so I can see how many of y'all don't like them. Maybe tell me why down below. And the knife I have for you today is the Ferrum Forge Stinger. This one kind of excited me for a couple of reasons, and we're going to get into that real quick. The Stinger came in at $90. This is a Ferrum Forge branded knife made by We or Civivi, and it's not a big knife. It's probably a medium to small knife in my opinion. Very, very EDCable, if that's a word. You have a total length of 7.25 inches with a blade length of 3 1/4. A handle length of 4.125 inches, a closed width in the pocket of 1 inch, and a very, very slim 0.40 in the pocket thickness. Very, very nice. That blade shape is nice and sexy in my opinion. Nice drop point blade shape. It's got their blasted stonewash finish on there. I like it. It's a nice and smooth finish. You got a chamfer going up on top of the spine right there, so it's not sharp. You have a full forward finger choil that fits my finger just right. If you have, big meaty paws, it might be a little bit too small for you. No bannering on this side whatsoever. You have dual fullers on both sides. And you have your blade steel designation, which is Nitro V. That's a steel that I don't have much experience with, but I've heard lots of good things about it. I know the only other knife production that I know just personally that has it is that drop knife. I can't think of the name of it. Somebody let me know down in the comments. It's a drop knife made by Millet for TJ Swartz design. That's all I remember. And the jimping on here is probably perfect jimping. It sits right where my thumb lands. It grabs your finger just enough. It's not super deep, but they didn't round over the top, so if you like jimping works really well. Even the choked up, I'm still getting the back part of that jimping, and it doesn't feel like it's gonna tear up my fingers with normal day-to-day use when I don't want the jimping to be effective. Now it's ground thin. It's got a high, pretty much full flat grind. Feels nice and thin. We know Civivi, when they do their grinds, they keep them nice and thin, and that's basically what this is, a Civivi knife branded by Ferrum Forge. So 14 thousandths behind the edge. Very, very nice. It's going to be a nice slicer. That tip is a pretty dainty tip. Let's see what it looks like with another thin tip. As you can see, it looks like it's even thinner than the paramilitary tip, so you definitely gonna want to be mindful of what you're doing with that tip. You can do regular cuts, but you're not gonna want to do any prying because you will snap that tip in a heartbeat. But as far as your day-to-day, normal EDC tasks, not a work knife, but office work, around the house, cutting up boxes, envelopes, string, cordage, zip ties, stuff like that. I think this knife will be perfect for that role. They came in several iterations like they usually do. This is the tan. I think they came in black, maybe the gray. Can't remember, but they had other variations besides this G10. G10's about a medium texture. Perfect. I love it when it's like this. It gives you some grip, but it's not going to tear up your hands or your pockets. The scales have been shadow boxed around the liners, so you can see the liners kind of sticking out right there. They are stainless liners. You got the Ferrum Forge branded captured pivot right there. And then you have your Torx, which I don't have. Let's see, I think I have a Torx driver. Let's see, what is this? This is a T7 and T6. Let's see if this is T6. Yep, T6 here and T8 here. Do have a deep carry pocket clip, and I love this pocket clip. It's nice and short, doesn't go all the way down. It's pretty deep. I mean, it's gonna, you just have this point, that point right here sticking up out of your pocket. I think that's perfect. I'm glad they didn't stonewash the fuller to where too much to where you didn't have any grip to it, because you can use that to spotty flick it nicely, and you can also use it to slow roll the knife as well. But main deployment is that flipper tab, well designed flipper tab. You got the flat spot right there to do your push button, and then you do have jimping on there. That's probably, I call it medium to grippy texture. You do have a bevel going around there, so it's not sharp. That back one may, I don't know, I won't know until after I catch it, but it is decently sharp, as you can see. But it grabs on there, push button, rockets out, and light switch does it well too. Ergos, I haven't done my normal testing with it yet, but the ergos feel promising in my medium size hand. Now I have a medium small size hand, and in the normal grip I don't have any knife sticking out, but you can choke up, and you know, I think it would fit just about any hands. That choke up position is very comfortable. Whenever I pull my finger too far up, I'm getting close to that blade, so it might have been nice for them to extend this out just a little bit, or not have it at all, but then your handle would only fit, you know, certain hand sizes. This thing is super lightweight. Let's get a weight on this. 2.56 ounces for a 3.25, way under that ounce an inch that some people talk about. Let's get some size comparisons. Here's your Paramilitary 2, which, as you can see, Paramilitary 2 dwarfs it. Here's your Para 3. It's going to be much more similar to the Para 3 size. Para 3 is actually, from what it looks like, it might be just a titch longer. Another Ferrum Forge branded knife, the Mini Archbishop. As you can see, it's a good bit longer Mini Archbishop, but it's very similar in you know, the way the Mini Archbishop's done. You have the same G10 texture, same blade finish with the blasted stone wash. They're both thin. You can see, looks like the same blade stock. Jimping's done a little bit different on the Stinger. You got similar actions. You got the same pivot, so you know, if you own a Mini Archbishop, you'll have an idea of what what everything's going to feel like in hand, and what it's going to look like as far as, like, you know, your G10 and your finish on your blade. Action's really nice. Rockets out. Comfortable in this grip, comfortable in the hammer grip. I'm not feeling that clip, but I guess it just depends on your hand size. And this grip is very comfortable, and in this grip. But like I said, that's just comfortable from holding it. That changes dramatically whenever you're cutting something and putting pressure behind it. So just take that with a grain of salt. Let's see what else I have. Here's a Civivi Elementum. So it's a little bit bigger than the Elementum and the Civivi Dogma. Dogma's bigger, Elementum's a little smaller. Overall, I'm pretty excited about this knife. Like I said, the thin nature of everything, the lightweight, and the Nitro V steel, and the nice and thin grind, that nice precision point, you know, for doing, you know, precision tasks, getting up on that tip and dragging it through something. The overall aesthetics are nice. I think this is a home run for them. I think I would prefer getting the Stinger over the Mini Archbishop just for the extra size and it not feeling any bigger in hand. You know, it doesn't feel like a bigger knife whenever you're holding it because of, you know, how everything's slimmed down. So there you go. That was just my quick kind of first impressions of the Stinger. I think this one will make a lot of people, you know, happy when they get it. Especially if they did a good job with the Nitro V. I'm glad to see, you know, I'm glad to see we using steel like that. I just hope they you know, do a good job on heat treating it, being that this is the first time I think I've seen them use Nitro V. Could be wrong. Came pretty darn sharp. So there you go. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. If you already had the Stinger, let me know what you think about it. And I hope everybody's having an absolutely wonderful day. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.